Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. Thank you as always for tuning back in. If you're new here, welcome. I'm Leila, the Lenormand reader, and I use the amazing Lenormand deck. Welcome to another weekly reading. We are doing an hourglass today with this interesting deck called the Blink of an Eye Lenormand. Let's go ahead and start with you, Aries, and see what is in store for you this week. Okay, Aries, here is your hourglass, and it's looking really bright. We have the clover in the middle with the ship, which is lovely, and we have the sun at the end of the line and on the right-hand side of the hourglass. The rest of the cards are neutral. We have the clouds, which is a little bit challenging. It brings up confusion, tension, and the idea that things are not so clear and that you need to figure things out. But very lovely with the sun, which is precisely a card that would clarify any confusion or question marks that you have with the clouds. The mountain with the house can suggest a place abroad. And actually we have the ship and the garden, which are all location cards, or they point to going somewhere in a different location. So perhaps you are visiting with someone, or you have a trip, or perhaps someone is coming. The mountain is sometimes an obstacle, and with the clouds it would suggest that, Aries. So it's clear here that something is stuck and you need to move forward with it. But again, with the house and garden and these cards being location cards, it's very probable that maybe you go somewhere in order to meet with someone. And like I said, the ship and clover, they suggest achieving goals, going after goals, and also it's very good for a trip and for going places. It doesn't have to be in a different country or even a different city, but it can be a bit of a distance maybe that you travel in order to meet with this person. We see this in the top as well. We've got the clouds with the rider and house, and this is often a visitor. So the clouds can mean that maybe you weren't so prepared, or you're not sure how to prepare for it, or you were trying to make it happen, but with the rider and house, there is a visitor and a meeting. So I think this materializes, and the clover and sun clearly suggests that it's a good idea to meet with this person. Now the mountain with the garden and sun is somewhat similar. We have the two somewhat challenging or blockage kind of cards earlier, and then we have the garden and sun, which is a beautiful meeting, a beautiful energy overall. The garden is a place of community and people, and it can point to the similar aspect of the house. And so obviously there are some good times here. Maybe you're taking a vacation and taking time out to get together with some people, whether it's your family, friends, or anyone else in your life. Like I said, the clouds and mountains suggest some obstacles here. I think it sounds like it was about how to make it happen or timing it. The rider and garden, a bit like the rider and house, is very much about getting together with people, and the house and sun is a beautiful message of having a good time, a lovely environment, just like we saw with the house and garden, with the garden and sun. So these are some lovely cards, Aries. It looks like you're going places, going to be with people. Any doubts or question marks about this, I think you're going to resolve. Any issues with trying to make it happen also is resolved. We have the lovely clover in the middle and the sun on the right. And these are very close to the travel and location cards. So it looks like this is a nice place, a nice environment, and you're having a good time. So very encouraging cards to pursue this. Now, I think this could be in different areas of your life. This could be about home, family, friends, other people in your life. It could also be related to work and projects or business. And here you have some really good meetings. You could be working on something, collaborating with others, and you could get a job altogether, or something like that. So there's definitely forward movement this week, Aries. Things progress and materialize, and I think it's pretty successful. Let's wrap up with the diagonals. We have the mountain with the ship, rider, clover, and sun. So a very clear message that encourages you to go and travel or go to that place. And the clouds with the ship, garden, clover, and house is similar. Any issues with planning the trip or making it happen is resolved, and there's a really happy connection in this environment. So really nice cards, Aries. I hope you're gonna see this materialize, and you can move ahead and get together with these people or embrace this opportunity, because it's looking really positive. Resolve the issues and you will soon be on your way to this very successful situation. Let me know how it goes, Aries. As always, very best of luck with the week. Thank you for tuning in, and until next time, take very good care of yourself. Okay, Taurus, let's get into your weekly reading. Let's draw this hourglass and see what is in store for you. Okay, Taurus, here is your hourglass. It's looking lovely. We have the fish in the middle line and the ship. And I think this has to do with your work, your business, trade, and such opportunities. And we have the beautiful star with the bear. So you could be in for a major opportunity. You could make income. You could have some kind of project that has a good financial element as well. So really nice cards. We do have the clouds earlier. And it's nice to see it earlier because here we see that it is resolved. We see it with the letter in the first corner cards here, and this can point to news that is unsettling, or it's confusion and it's not clear. And so it sounds like this needs to be clarified, what the opportunity is. And I think it is clarified. The child and bear is an important new beginning. And again, with this star, it really elevates this project or this opportunity. So this could be something pretty important for you. So definitely step into this new beginning. The clouds with the star and bear is lovely for all around success, empowerment, and there's also an element of guidance and protection. The clouds earlier in the line is definitely resolved with these beautiful cards. So this is quite an opportunity, Taurus, and hopefully it materializes for you. The child with the mountain is an interesting pair. This one points to an important chapter that is opening up for you, but likely, Taurus, at this stage, you do not really see how significant this can be. And the letter has to do with the invitation or the opportunity, and I think it needs to be clarified. We do have the letter with the bear on the right-hand side, and the bear can be someone in authority, like a boss, or maybe a customer or a collaborator, and it's someone pretty important. So it seems that the project or the opportunity is still in the works, and it sounds like you need to clarify this and make sure you're on the same page with this person, with the people of the project, so that you can move forward with it. So it's possible, Taurus, that within the week you're still working out the details and not so much, moving into it all the way, but I still think that there are some important steps that you take this week. The child with the clouds here, again, sort of similar. There are some question marks or issues with how you kick this off, so this needs to be sorted out. The star with the mountain is beautiful. It is sometimes about reaching the top, and it can be about a place abroad. And again, if there were obstacles, because the mountain can be a bit of a blockage card, I think you overcome these. So very beautiful cards, Taurus. This is a great opportunity. It sounds like you're going to take it up. It could be a big step. It can cause you some anxiety or, some doubts, but you're definitely on the right path. And the cards are certainly encouraging about you going for it. It's great for money. It's great for projects. And it's great for aligning with your goals. And it seems to bring an important new beginning. The clouds with the ship, mountain, fish, and bear is lovely for pursuing this project or even a trip to a different location, because it comes with benefits, including financial benefits. And the child ship star into the fish and letter is also supportive of this trip or this project. And there is, again, a strong financial element and the need to clarify everything just to make sure you're good to go, Taurus. So really exciting. I think this is mostly focused on your work and business because of the fish and the ship, but it could also be in other areas of your life. So the idea is really to make sure you understand everything involved here, clarifying everything, and then going for it and taking up this, what looks to be a big step for you, Taurus. So let me know how you like these ideas. I hope you resonate with this lovely spread. I hope there's a strong financial element and other benefits for you. Let me know how it goes. Thank you for tuning in, Taurus. As always, very best of luck with the week. And until next time, take very good care of yourself. Okay, Gemini, let's get into your weekly reading. Let's draw your hourglass and see what is in store for you. Okay, Gemini, here is a lovely hourglass. We have a new beginning, a fresh start that we see with the flowers and child in the middle. This is a very beautiful message of a new beginning or a renewal. There is also a sense of healing and optimism. So this is lovely. And the rest of the cards are also beautiful. We have the Sun and Clover. We only have the Mouse a little bit earlier here that can bring some issues with someone, but obviously there's a very positive resolution. We also see it at the corner cards because this man pairs with the Mouse and also with the Clover and also with the Sun and the other diagonal here. So really the Mouse and the issues that it brings are very small in comparison to all of the good stuff that is happening. This is looking like a very supportive relationship, and whatever issues that came up with this person, you're able to resolve them. The Mouse and Dog is the combination that can suggest that, as well as the Mouse and Man. They're very similar, actually. And the Mouse often brings up doubts and question marks and little annoyances here. And so it sounds like there is someone who is whom you're having a bit of trouble in this regard. But again, this is easily resolved in view of all of the other cards. The Man with the Sun and Dog is beautiful for a relationship. It's a great friendship. It could also be any other person in your life. It could be work related or something else. Regardless, Gemini, this is a very beautiful connection and you have the support of this person. The Mouse with the Heart and Clover is another lovely message. Thanks to the Clover, and specifically in this order, the Mouse and Heart could have suggested a bit of a tension here, like we saw earlier, some doubts, and maybe a bit of a heartache, Gemini, but obviously it is clearly resolved. So very similar to what we saw with the Mouse and Dog and the Mouse and Man. The Sun with the Heart is beautiful. This is a very happy combination. It is very much about fulfillment and well-being. It's great for healing. It's great for healing the connection. And it's great for feeling aligned with your goals and your life as a whole. And the Dog and Clover is lovely for a very supportive friendship and relationship. So it sounds like initially you could have had doubts, Gemini, but these are quickly resolved. And it looks like this is a supportive person and a very good relationship. Confirmed also with the diagonals. The Man with the Flowers and Heart into the Child and Dog is a wonderful new beginning in this relationship. There's a renewal, or it could be someone you're just meeting, and it sounds like there's a really good connection. The Mouse with the Flowers, Sun, and Child and Clover is another confirmation of a wonderful new beginning and beautiful message for the relationship and other areas. And the Mouse is easily overcome. I mean, these are very strongly positive cards, Gemini. So really, whatever the small issue that was brought by the Mouse is resolved. And it can be a personal relationship, a friend, mainly because of the heart and flowers. But it can be in other contexts as well, Gemini. So this person could be part of a new beginning, or it's a new collaboration, or a new partner, a new colleague, whatever the context. There are very good connection energies here, and whatever are the issues, you'll quickly overcome them. So a lovely message for a fresh start and a supportive relationship. Let me know what you make of these ideas, Gemini. As always, I look forward to your thoughts and feedback. Very best of luck with the week. Thank you for tuning in, and until next time, take very good care of yourself. Okay, Cancer, let's get into your hourglass and see what is ahead for you this week. Okay, Cancer, here is your hourglass. Oh, this one is turned over. Let us see what's going on here. We have the Snake and Fox. These are somewhat tricky cards, but we also have the Star and Key, which is a beautiful message for wish fulfillment. We see it with the Tower, which can be something related to the long term or something official or work related, because the Tower tends to be, that kind of card. But the Fox and Snake are tricky. So it can be a difficult transition, or maybe it's tricky for you to get what you want. At the same time, Cancer, the Fox and Snake are very good with playing smart and knowing how to essentially manipulate people or the environment in order to get what you want. There are also cards that call for diplomacy and tact, and often a roundabout way to get what you want. So there can be some characters that you need to be aware of. We have the dog and house in the cards, which can highlight people, and you need to play it smart in order to achieve what you want. But it sounds like you do achieve what you want, because we have the beautiful star and tower with the key, and so there's quite a few combinations and cards that support this. So the tower with the star is long-term success, and it could also be achieving something higher, or reaching the top, as it were. You could also get the support of people at the top, and this helps you achieve your goals. So very clear here that you're in for achievement. The heart with the key is also very lovely. It is a combination of success and happiness, and also breakthroughs. So here's another combination that you're on the right track. The dog and house in the middle. So this can represent someone, probably someone you're working with to achieve these goals. It could be someone at home, not likely in my opinion because of the tower, or it could be a certain office, or it could be someone at work. So this could be the person in focus whom you need to manage and navigate in order to get what you want and move forward. The star with the fox and key is lovely for also achieving goals, probably in a roundabout way. And also Cancer, the fox is a card of jobs. So if this is about getting a promotion or seeking a job or getting involved in some project, whether it's work related or not, is looking really promising here. Very clear for goal achievement. The heart with the snake and tower is another tricky combination. The snake and heart can be difficult on the emotions. It can point to someone who is not really honest, who is not invested in the relationship. But I think more broadly, and in the context of this reading, this is again about being roundabout and achieving things in an indirect way. I also think it's important that you hide your feelings. Don't tell others how you feel. Don't show your feelings, and instead be nice and tactful and navigate this institution or this organization that we see through the tower in order to get what you want. The star and heart is a beautiful message for feelings and happiness and going after the things that you want. And I think you're really focused on this, Cancer. Like we said at the outset, the fox and snake are challenging, and they can point to this need to be careful and cautious with people. But again, the key and tower is all around success. So I think you break through and you get what you want. It might not be the easiest path, Cancer, and these characters around you are probably difficult to manage, but you're definitely on the right track to achieving your goals. We see this confirmed in the diagonals. We have the star, dog, and snake. So here really highlights the need to be careful with this person in favor of your goals. And the house and key is very much a breakthrough, and it gives you access into a certain space or environment. The heart with the dog and fox, another message of this tricky person into the house and tower, really highlighting the need to connect with this office or this person at the top in order to get what you want. So I think the cards are very positive, but the transition into this positive outcome, Cancer, could be tricky. People are possibly difficult to manage. You need to be patient and roundabout and nice and all of that in order to get what you want. And if you're willing to do that, it sounds like you're able to get what you want. I would also avoid sharing how I feel and not trusting others. Just focus on the goal here and forget about everything else. So once you're on the other side of it, it's probably a different story. But for the time being, Cancer, you need to manage these people in order to get what you want. Let me know what you make of these ideas, and let me know what you make of the tricky aspect here. I'm interested to know how it resonated with you. Very best of luck with the week. As always, thank you for tuning in, and until next time, take very good care of yourself. Okay, Leo, let's get into your weekly reading. Let's draw your hourglass and see what is in store for you this week. Okay, Leo, here is your hourglass, and there is definitely a message of change. We have the scythe and road in the center, in the middle line, and on top of this, we have the stork on the right-hand side, and we have the ship. And these two cards, they corner each other, and the middle line is definitely a change of direction. This can point to a big change. The ship and stork can suggest moving to a different country or moving in some other ways. maybe it's not physical, but there is a deep change and a change of direction happening for you, Leo. The garden with the fish is lovely for work and business. This is probably about the market and the marketplace. And so it sounds like you are either moving jobs or getting involved into in a certain situation, in a certain context or market, and this supports your work and your business. And the fish can also point to investments, and maybe you're taking some big steps in this way, Leo, but there's certainly a big change in the direction of your life or within a certain area of your life, and it looks like this week it materializes. The garden with the tree and stork, these are also cards of change. It sounds like you were settled within a certain environment for some time, but that at this point you need to make a change. And you could also be making changes within a certain environment and within a certain context, and you need to shake things around and do things differently. The ship with the clover and fish is lovely for money, for income, for prosperity. It's also great for travel. Maybe in this sense, you could be spending on this. But I think that because of the clover and fish, it's more likely, Leo, that it has a benefit, a strong financial element, and some other positive prosperity elements in this sense. The garden with the ship is very much about moving to a certain place and exploring different places. So it's definitely time to shake things up, Leo. The tree and clover is wonderful for growth. Again, I think this, because it ties into the top row, which has the change element along with other cards, it's definitely a good time to do things differently, Leo, so that you can continue growing. And the stork and fish is lovely for prosperity, for income, and for doing things that will help your financial picture and other practical aspects of your life. So very exciting cards. Definitely be willing to change, Leo. Be willing to make this happen. I think you need to get out of your comfort zone a little bit and look at things in a different way and do them in a different way as well. The garden with the scythe and clover into the road and stork is definitely about moving away or making changes away from an environment. You could be releasing a certain space. You could be moving jobs and doing things like that. And the clover is a lovely blessing here. Very encouraging. It tells us that you ought to make this change. The ship and scythe with the tree, road, and fish also adds to this. We have the scythe between the tree and ship. Definitely a change of direction, uprooting, making changes, and going in a more prosperous direction moving forward. So this could be quite a big deal, Leo. I think, again, it affects your work, your life, your work life, your business, the money stuff, more than anything else. We're not seeing people cards. We're not even seeing the main work cards or anything related to home, family, relationships. So this sounds like it's about your direction and your business and your finances. And you need to make a positive change, Leo, because you need more prosperity coming in and you now have an opportunity to do this. I certainly hope this materializes for you. I look forward to your thoughts about this, Leo, what kind of changes you had to make if you're willing to share. Very best of luck with the week. Thank you for tuning in. And until next time, take very good care of yourself. Okay, Virgo, let's do your hourglass and let's see what is in store for you this week. Okay, Virgo, here is your hourglass and it can be a bit tricky. We have the snake and woman in the middle. And this is usually a toxic person and a relationship that has a lot of question marks around it. And I think you are probably going to move away from this person. Now, what's interesting is that the moving away part is not dramatic. It's not difficult. It looks like it's more of a freeing element. So that's one scenario. Another scenario that could be on the table for you, Virgo, is that you need to be discreet about your changes and then you escape. It sounds like there's an escape and a happy one. So the snake and woman, this is often a toxic person, okay? This is someone you need to be warned about. And I have to wonder if there can be some meddling in your relationship because the snake is often a card of cheating and it often represents someone who is doing stuff behind your back. So that is possible. Now the ring and stork, because of the snake in the cards, I would suggest that this is a change. Maybe you're doing things to the relationship and not so much separating. That too is possible. But this tricky, toxic situation from the snake and woman, this needs to be addressed. And I think you do that. Now, the fish and cross is about important things and important decisions, usually with your finances and possibly with other area of your life. So if this is not a personal relationship, it can be another person in your environment that affects your work, your money, and it sounds like you need to make changes to your commitments or move away from certain commitments because that is going to be supportive of your finances and your prosperity moving forward. I think this involves assessing your priorities. And we see this in the top. We have the ring, bear, and cross. And this is assessing your commitments, assessing your priorities, and you have to decide what you're going to invest yourself in and not. And also in terms of a relationship, you are looking at this relationship closely and are considering how to make changes to it or move away from it. The fish with the sun and stork is lovely. This is a beautiful message for prosperity, success, and the ability to make positive changes for yourself. So I think you're in for a positive change, Virgo, and I think it can involve moving away from a certain person or assessing a situation carefully. The ring with the fish is usually a business commitment and a business relationship here, but it could also be a physical relationship. So the fish, in terms of personal relationships, tends to highlight the physical aspect. And that works well with the snake, I have to say. So at the end, we'll recap these different possibilities that we're seeing. The bear and sun is lovely for all-around success. This could be a major step up, a major improvement. And the cross and stork points to changes that you need to make. The cross can be a bit heavy. It can bring a sense of burden. But with the stork, first, you're able to release this burden. And second, you have to now grow and move on. So these are some exciting cards, despite the snake and woman in the middle of the line, in the middle of the hourglass. And I think you are definitely on the right track to do what you want and get what you want and improve the situation. The ring with the snake, sun, woman, and cross, I think is lovely for being able to navigate this relationship and also even get what you want out of it. And the fish, snake, bear, woman, and stork suggests some big changes. She could be someone who supports you with this. She's not necessarily the easiest of people to deal with, but she could bring you support. And the key for you is to manage this relationship carefully. So I think overall, Virgo, there's a very bright message here of success and prosperity and being able to grow and to step up to something else. And maybe this is the person who helps you do that. Maybe she is a customer or offers you a promotion or some other person who can help you with your prosperity. But if this is about a toxic person and a personal relationship here, I think you will find a way around this person and you will probably be able to neutralize any threat that she poses to your relationship or to other aspects of your life. And it can be a hidden relationship. I can't deny this as well. This is another possibility that maybe you are involved in a more secretive relationship. I think it's exciting and it looks like a positive relationship depending on your specific circumstance. So overall, Virgo, there is some good progress. There is some exciting improvements. There's good opportunities here and positive changes as well. And in personal relationships, even though it can be tricky, if not toxic, I think you will find a good way around this and neutralize any threat that comes your way. So let me know what you make of these ideas, Virgo. This is quite an interesting reading. As always, I look forward to your thoughts and feedback. Very best of luck with it. Thank you as always for tuning in. And until next time, take very good care of yourself. Okay, Libra, let's get into your hourglass and let's see what is in store for you this week. Okay, Libra, here is your hourglass and we have a couple of really positive cards. The Tree and Key is about achieving a very important objective. And the child and house points to a new beginning in the middle line here. We do have the whip, which is a challenging card, and we see it on the right hand side, which means that some problems can come up for you, but there's still overall an exciting opportunity, an exciting new beginning. The tree and whip as the first set of corner cards. This is an interesting one, Libra. I think here you need to shake things up a little bit and change the status quo. It sounds like the way things are can't continue exactly in the same way, at least, and there needs to be a change. So there's a bit of a shake up here, and perhaps the need to get out of your comfort zone. Now, the book with the key is lovely for breaking through something that was hidden. It's also a really good combination for a solution, figuring something out, and also news. So that is quite exciting. In the context of the whip, I think it can rock your boat a little bit. Maybe it's unexpected, or it causes things to change a little bit, and you need to respond to it maybe with some urgency. The house and child is a new home, a new space, or a new person within a space. And it could also be a new opportunity, especially with the key and tree earlier. So that's exciting. And so we can look forward to changes happening. Again, Libra, it's possible that it's not the easiest of changes, or it's not the smoothest of changes. And, it gets you out of your comfort zone. So that could rock your boat a little bit. The tree with the garden and key is very beautiful for an environment that is represented by the garden. This can be a social environment, it could be a work environment, really any situation. And the thing about the key is that you find answers, you get support. So it helps to spend more time in the space and to see what you can get out of it. I also think you need to put in some effort. Again, I think that also ties into this need to get out of your comfort zone a little bit. So you need to go out there, find answers, and connect. The book with the letter and whip, this is very clear. This is the news that comes through. A bit like the book and key, we have the whip here with the letter, so there is a clear message. And it can be some unexpected news, shocking news, or potentially challenging news. But I think the idea, because of the key and tree and this beautiful opportunity, I think it's more about something that shakes you up and that really is probably urgent as well, and you have to respond to. The tree and book is lovely for knowledge, for learning and growth. And it's possible that you had been waiting on something. But I also think, Libra, that you were probably settled or not feeling really urgent about things. And then this whip comes along and it shakes things up. The garden and letter is probably about an invitation or some news in a certain environment. And it's all part of this important opportunity that comes through. The key and whip is very much about finding a solution and being able to solve problems. So that issue that comes up, I think you're going to be able to resolve, Libra. But also, like I said, there is a bit of a shake-up here, and there is an opportunity to break into a new space in your environment, and this could rock your boat a little bit. The tree with the house, letter, child, and key is lovely. So here's another confirmation of this new beginning and this news that brings this new beginning, and it's likely within a certain environment. This could be about a job, a social environment, or some other area of your life. It's kind of flexible from the cards. And the book, house, garden, child, and whip is similar. We have a confirmation of this new place. The book suggests you do not know it yet, and the child is about this new environment. The whip on the other side here definitely brings up challenges. So perhaps at first, Libra, it's not easy, or it's not the smoothest of experiences or transitions. But again, it's a good thing that things are being shaken up for you and that you need to respond to it and adapt and embrace this opportunity. So yes, there is a bit of a challenge here, but overall, this is not meant to deter you from stepping into this new beginning and embracing the opportunity. And like I said, Libra, the cards are kind of flexible. They can apply in work, in your personal life, in some other area. Regardless, there is a need to bring things to light, to embrace an opportunity, and to make changes, and to be willing to adapt. So let me know what you make of this, Libra. I certainly hope this new beginning resonates with you and it's a good opportunity. Let me know what these challenges were. As always, I'm interested for your experience if you're willing to share. Very best of luck with this. Thank you for tuning in. And until next time, take very good care of yourself. Okay, Scorpio, let's draw your hourglass and see what is in store for you this week. Okay, Scorpio, here is your hourglass, and the message is pretty clear. Right from the middle line, we have the coffin and the child, and this brings an ending and a new beginning. And on top of this, we have the whip with the ring, which is a separation. We have the coffin with the ring, which is also a separation. We have the ship, coffin, and whip into the child and bear. This diagonal is actually really clear. It points to a beginning that comes following an ending. So it's very clear, Scorpio, that you are ending something and beginning something. And I have to say, quite a few of us have these cards and such ideas this week. So the ship with the tower, this points to a long-term journey. Or possibly something from the past that you need to resolve at this time. And the ring and bear suggests a very important relationship, or a relationship with a boss or someone else that has some kind of authority. And so it sounds like this journey and this connection and relationship is going to end. And it can also mean that you are ending one in order to go for another. So a change of direction, a change of commitments, and even possibly a change of relationships. The ship with the bird and bear is a very important journey, and a journey that requires courage and also effort. It doesn't have to be a physical trip, though it can be. And so that's kind of exciting. But it could also be about the work you do, the effort that you're putting in, the direction that you're moving into generally. So this can be the new direction, or it can be where you're at. And the bear definitely brings up courage and the need to step up to things. The ring with the whip and tower is a very clear message. This is a relationship that breaks up, a commitment that ends. And I think because the whip is, it has that more challenging and a somewhat aggressive energy, it suggests that you might want to get out of it. And with the tower here, we could have a few possibilities. The tower can be a card of the past, so you're releasing a past relationship, or it could be a card of organizations or a certain office or a certain environment that you are also releasing yourself from. It sounds like there have been problems, and maybe you're done with it at this point, and so you're moving on, Scorpio. The ship and ring, because it's on the earlier side of the hourglass, can point to this direction that you had been in, a bit like what we saw with the tower. The bird and whip is challenging news, sometimes gossip. And it's clear here, Sagittarius, that there's a difference that comes up, maybe an argument, a disagreement, and that's tying into the bottom row that leads to an ending. The bear and tower would normally suggest people at the top, like managers, CEOs, and people like that. And so you could be dealing with this person in the changes that you're making, in the ending that you're going through. But also, Scorpio, it's possible that you're the one who's stepping up to your ambitions and moving on from this situation that appears to be a bit limiting or just disagreeable in general. So it's quite a change. It could be quite a powerful moment this week. And I think you've got everything it takes to do it. There's no doubt about that, Scorpio, but it's really about actually doing it. The ship with the coffin and whip, child and bear, we saw this diagonal at the outset because it connects all of these key meanings, and it's a very clear confirmation of ending a journey and moving into a different direction. There's also a lot of support from the cards for this, mainly the bear, which encourages you, it empowers you. So go ahead and make these changes, Scorpio. The ring, coffin, bird, child, and tower is another clear one, connecting the ring and coffin and the child. So you're definitely ending something, a relationship or a commitment, and moving into a new beginning. The cards are active. They're kind of loud. We've got the whip and the bear and the ship and bird. So there's active cards here, and so it's definitely a message to get moving with this, Scorpio, and to make for this change. Step into it, be willing to change, let go of what isn't working, and embrace your power. I can't say that there's a lot of optimistic cards, but the action is very well captured here, and it seems to be important you need to prioritize yourself and your path, and so this needs to happen. So let me know what you make of this, Scorpio. This is, again, quite a powerful set of cards. I look forward to your thoughts, your experience, if you're willing to share. Very best of luck with this. Thank you for tuning in. And until next time, take very good care of yourself. Okay, Sagittarius, let's get into your weekly reading. Let's do this hourglass and see what is in store for you this week. Okay, Sagittarius, here is your hourglass, and it's looking really positive, mainly from the Clover and Sun in the middle. These are two very bright cards, and they bring a lot of luck and success. So there's something that can materialize, an objective that you have materializes, something that you want happens, or a wish materializes. So in any context, these are beautiful cards. We have the man and the dog, and the rider and the letter. So there's clear communication and contact with someone here. And this man can be the person who brings the good news and helps you achieve your goals or delivers on your wishes. So very bright cards. We do see the man with the letter, and we do see the dog with the letter as well, and the man with the rider, and actually the dog and rider as well. So in any number of combinations here of these four, it's clear that there is news that comes from this person, and it helps you achieve your goals. So very bright cards. The mountain and cross is an important combination that points to something significant that is unfolding for you, Sagittarius. So this can open up a really interesting door. It could be a relationship that is materializing, or something else that comes through with the help of this person. And the dog and rider is very much a messenger, someone who delivers something, or perhaps progress in a friendship or in a connection. So really good cards here that bring success and suggest something significant is in the making for you. The mountain with the man and rider can be someone who travels to meet with you, or perhaps you travel. And the mountain can also suggest that things were on hold, or perhaps they were away. But now with the rider, there is connection and contact, and it's all very much part of these happy things that we're seeing in your cards. The dog with the letter and cross is similar. We have the news element, just like we have it here, and the cross adds this sense of importance. It could also ask for a decision, or assessing priorities and making, such evaluations about what you need to head into. But in general, I think this is some good news, some important news, and it certainly aligns with your goals and your objectives and brings good things across the board. The mountain with the dog is similar to the man and the mountain. It can represent someone who is in a different location, or who was in a different location. And it can also mean that perhaps there was some distance and time apart. But obviously with the news and the rider, there's contact and you're back in touch. So very bright cards. Man and letter is similar, and the rider and cross is another significant combination because of the cross. It adds that element of importance. This could be an important direction, and you could also be making decisions about where you're heading at this point, Sagittarius. But really nice cards. They're great for a relationship, and they're great for any contact. They bring good news, and they bring happiness and wishes fulfilled, hopefully. The mountain with the clover and letter into the sun and rider is another confirmation of the good news and the green light and being able to move forward. And the dog clover with the man, sun, and cross are very good cards for the relationship. So it sounds like there can be an important connection, a lot of support, and some very positive steps forward. So in any context, Sagittarius, these are great cards. They bring someone helpful, they bring goals achieved and wishes fulfilled and good news across the board. I'm not really seeing from the cards in what context. It could be a personal relationship, it could be work related, it could be someone else in your life. All of these are possible. So you let me know, Sagittarius, in what context you feel these cards resonated with you, and what this good news was, and who this person is. As always, I look forward to your thoughts and your experience if you're willing to share. Thank you for tuning in. Very best of luck with the week. And until next time, take very good care of yourself. Okay, Capricorn, let's get into your hourglass and see what is in store for you. Okay, Capricorn, here is your hourglass, and we do have the whip, which is a bit challenging, but we also have some cards that highlight your life direction. And so this can be a week that brings a turning point or some important messages for you for your life path in general. We have the cross and lily, and the lily is a card of life direction and career and the bigger picture of your life, and the cross can bring in life lessons and matters of destiny. We also have the road and tower, which suggests the long-term direction. So you could be at a point where you need to make some important decisions about your life direction and what you're going to be doing, where you're heading into. And the cards don't really suggest if this is work related or a personal relationship or something else. And it can affect your life as a whole. We have the heart and tower as the first corners, and this is about what you want to do long term. The heart is about your feelings and your desires, and with the tower, and especially in view of the middle cards, it's about what you're being pulled to do. What is your long-term investment? What do you want to put your heart in? It can bring up a person from the past as well, maybe a past love or a past connection. The house and road can suggest moving and going somewhere else, or you could be making some decisions about your home and your life and your lifestyle. So this too is part of the changes or the decisions that you need to be making. Now the heart with the whip and road is a challenging combination. It points to a heartbreak and a disappointment and the need to make a change. So it sounds like you have to leave or you have to let go of some things. And this is not the easiest thing, but it seems to be part of your redirection and these considerations that you are making for your life path as a whole. We have the house, man, and tower in here, and this can represent someone in your home, your family, or someone from the past. It could also be someone who is an expert or a professional, because the tower tends to represent expertise. So perhaps this is someone you're working with in order to make these important decisions and make a change and move forward. The heart and house is about home and family and the space that you're invested in. But with the whip and man, there can be some challenges here. And the man T crosses the bottom row. So perhaps this person is not the problem, but perhaps he comes in to help solve a problem. And the road and tower is about releasing the past and also the long-term direction moving forward. So Capricorn, the cards are kind of a bit on the heavier side. They affect your life direction as a whole, some deeper decisions. There can be some challenges that you need to resolve, and that's part of the assessment that you're making at this point. So it can be a sort of a redirection. The heart with the cross, man, lily, and road. Here we see that you need the support of someone or perhaps some kind of input from this person in order to make a decision about your direction. The road and lily is a card of change, and with the cross, it's a bit farther from the road, but again, there is that element of choices and decisions that need to be made. The house with the cross and whip into the lily and tower. I think this is a release of the past or a release of a certain situation, and the lily and tower is about the direction moving forward. So this reading clearly brings into the picture the long-term picture, the long-range goals, what your life can look like. You need to make some decisions about what you're invested in. And it looks like there's a person who plays a key role in these decisions and these questions for you at this time, Capricorn. Now, if this is about a personal relationship, it can be a bit more challenging. We could be looking at a breakup or a separation or definitely a change of the status quo in the relationship, and probably also for the long term. So it's a bit of a more serious energy for you this week, Capricorn, where bigger questions could come into the picture for you. I would say focus on your priorities and where you want to see your life head into in the next phase, and be willing to change, and also be willing to tap into people who can help you with the right expertise for whatever decision you are making here. So let me know what you make of this, Capricorn. Let me know who this person was, and if you are looking at your life as a whole and what decisions you're about to make, if you're willing to share. Thank you for tuning in. As always, very best of luck with the week, and until next time, take very good care of yourself. Okay, Aquarius, let's get into your hourglass and let's see what is in store for you this week. Okay, Aquarius, here is your hourglass. It is a little bit, there are a couple of contradictions here. There can be some challenges and possibly disappointments, but at the same time, we have some really bright cards with the Sun, Anchor, and Heart. These are really nice. And we do have the Whip on the right-hand side, which brings up a problem within a space or at home, but I think you still have a good balance of happy things going on for you this week. The Anchor and Heart is a great combination for confidence and being strong and trusting yourself, and this is probably going to come in handy with the Whip. So the Cross and Whip is a challenge. It's often a combination of punishment, by the way, which is not a common interpretation, even though it's a pretty obvious meaning of the combination. It can point to bad karma, or just reaping what you sow in this way. But also it could be challenging, and it can mean that you need to sacrifice something in favor of something else, or you have to let go of something. It can point to a disappointment. The Fox and House brings up tricky people. The Fox is often someone who is deceptive and self-interested. And so with the Whip and Cross, it's clear that there is someone who is unpleasant and that you might have to separate from or move away from. And I think with the Heart and Anchor in the middle, you want to have confidence in yourself that you can do this and create a healthy boundary. The Cross with the Mountain and House can represent a place in another location. The House can bring up, the Mountain can bring up a place abroad, and the House can mean that you've got a connection abroad, either an office or a family home or, friends. And with the Cross here, you could be making some decisions either about these relationships, as we saw the House ties into the Fox and also to the Whip, and possibly move on. So this could be what you're up to this week and what you're up against as well. And the Mountain is not necessarily a different location, but it can suggest an obstacle. And it certainly would with the Cross because they're heavier cards. So you could feel a bit stuck with this relationship or this space that is represented by the House. And it sounds like you could make a decision about letting go. The Fox with the Sun and Whip is also a somewhat challenging combination, mainly because the Whip comes after the Sun. At the same time, the Sun is a very bright card, and it is capable of overcoming the Whip and at least minimizing it. So with the Fox earlier, it sounds like you had initial hopes for someone or something, and it sounds like it falls through. And because of the Anchor and Heart in the middle, my feeling, Aquarius, is that if you're not really feeling it, just get out of it. You want to be part of something and involved with people who make you feel good. And it sounds like here you're not really feeling so good about this, and it sounds like you could move away. So the Anchor and Heart really help you prioritize how you feel and your sense of well-being. The Cross and Fox is another somewhat challenging card combination, which points to needing to make a decision about these people or this situation that is not really fitting and it's not really aligned with you. The Mountain and Sun is actually lovely for a vacation, so it can point to a trip or going somewhere. And it can also encourage you overall to deal with this situation. And the House and Whip is very clear about a problem at home or at work or in this environment. And we're not seeing a final breakup in the cards, but there is a problem, and there is probably arguments or issues that need to be resolved. And so the cards around the middle line are more challenging than the middle line. And the middle line gives you that sense of confidence and anchor that you have within yourself to make a good decision and not to back down and to confront what needs to be confronted. The cards can apply in different contexts as well. It could be home, family, some other relationships, and it could be work. And in all cases, it sounds like you have a strong foundation and you're on a secure footing. But something proves to be disappointing and you need to attend to it and you need to deal with it. And there can be some people who are not helpful and they cause you a headache and you need to deal with them. In a more personal sense, it can be reevaluating certain relationships. The fox with the anchor, mountain, heart, and whip is a clear message of something disappointing because of the whip and heart. And it has to do with this person who is based abroad or maybe online. And also with the obstacles or blockages that they have been putting up. And so it's now time to either let them go or break down these barriers so that you can act and do what you need to do. The cross with the anchor, sun, heart, and house points to a very positive situation where you have a strong foundation. So I think you need to guard your space and you need to create good boundaries. And if it doesn't fit with your situation and your lifestyle or your routine, then I think it has to go, Aquarius. So this can be part of the decisions that you need to make as well. You can't make everything fit. You can't make everything work at the same time. So it sounds like you're up to make a decision and to let go of the more negative aspects here that aren't really working for you. So let me know what you make of this, Aquarius. Let me know if this was personal or work related and how you resonated with these cards, how you're creating and protecting your space, and what you're going to do to deal with these elements here. Very best of luck with this, Aquarius. Thank you as always for tuning in. And until next time, take very good care of yourself. Okay, Pisces, let's get into your hourglass and let's see what is in store for you. Okay, Pisces, here is your hourglass and it's looking really bright. We have some powerful messages in here with the cross and bear and anchor and house. We also have the beautiful clover with the sun. We have the beautiful moon with the heart and all of these combinations. So the whole thing is bright, but also the messages are not everyday messages. We have the moon and cross, and these are good cards for an offer or an important proposal that could be coming your way. And also, I think you could be, putting yourself out there a bit more because the moon is about appreciation and honors, and with the cross, you might want to embrace a bit more this side of you and maybe make yourself a bit more out there. The clover and sun is beautiful. This is all around wish fulfillment, and the heart and bear is also beautiful for happiness and a sense of strength and empowerment. So we take all of these together and it sounds to me, Pisces, that you could be growing a little bit, taking steps that, maybe increase of your importance. Do you see what I mean? So you're trying to bring yourself out there, and you should. And I think you will get really good feedback, and it's going to be very good for you and certainly empowering. The clover with the anchor and bear is very encouraging for you to step up to this and also to take any other big step in your life. They're also great cards for support and protection, having good boundaries, and also being in a stable situation that, empowers you. The heart with the house and sun are also great for all-around success. They're great cards for relationships at home. They're great cards for living in a good space and feeling good at home. So very beautiful combinations. The clover and heart is lovely for happy feelings, happiness, and luck in general. The anchor and house is very much about sticking where you are and creating a strong foundation. And the bear and sun is all around success and even, I would say, popularity to some extent. It can also be something like a promotion or an offer. Something that happens enhances your position and your status as a whole. And you definitely want to embrace this, Pisces. You want to embrace your growth and success and, your sense of empowerment. The clover with the moon and house, cross and bear. Again, it sounds like there's an offer, an invitation that could enhance your position or your status, and you definitely want to embrace that. And the heart, moon, anchor, cross, and sun are also very bright cards for wishes materializing, achieving goals. And I also want to add, Pisces, that there is the sun and moon together. They're not adjacent to each other, but they're pretty close. And these two cards can suggest love. And we also have the heart and the house. So maybe there's progress in a relationship here, and that could feel really good. But there's also progress in any other context. These are really nice cards for a sense of success and honors and appreciation and empowerment. And that can be within a certain space or environment where other people support you, although we don't really see the people element beyond the house. And also the cards, they can apply in different contexts, but they can also affect your life as a whole. And certainly with the cross, there can be some important lessons here, or some things related to your growth and destiny that is in progress this week. So really nice cards, great cards for any context, for any growth opportunity and a sense of empowerment. Let me know what you make of these ideas, Pisces. I certainly look forward to your thoughts on this. As always, I look forward to your thoughts if you're willing to share. Very best of luck with the week. Thank you for tuning in. And until next time, take very good care of yourself.